So I've just finished editing together the first video that I'm doing from France, and I realised that it kind of just starts without any real explanation, that it's my first video from France and any sort of introduction of really what's going on. So I'm just filming this little bit now to be like, hey, here's my first video from France and the stuff that I've been getting up to in the past couple of weeks. Hi. I am currently in the staff room of the Lycée Jean Monnet, which is the sort of sixth form that I'm working in. There are no other teachers in here at the moment, which is why I've decided to film. This is the first opportunity I've been able to find to film. I completely meant to do some stuff in the airport and sort of the big arrival in France, and then it was completely mental and I didn't have any time to do it. So yeah, unfortunately there is no look at my amazing solo travels. So I got rather rapidly cut off when a teacher came into the staff room yesterday when I was filming. So I didn't get another chance to do it because the staff room was never again empty. I'm currently outside somewhere in the middle of Annemasse. I do know where I'm going, I think. So I spent the day in the city centre with a couple of the other assistantes. We've been sort of investigating bank accounts and SIM cards and train, like money off train card things. So I bought one of them. I've got a carte des jeunes, which gets me discounted rail tickets all across France, which is good. I've got an appointment to open a bank account, and I don't think I can get a SIM card until I have a bank account. So I'm completely concerned that I'm just the really weird girl talking to a camera on a bench. But hey ho, that's what I'm gonna be for like the rest of the year, is just the really weird girl talking to a camera at any random location I can find where there aren't many people around. Yep, here comes a person. I'm gonna stop now. I'm back on a different bench in a slightly different part of Annemasse. There are people sort of walking up and down the road. Can't see any coming particularly imminently, so as long as I keep this to a bare minimum, it's fine. I am right in front of a road though, so I am definitely the crazy girl talking to a camera. So yes, what was it? SIM cards, yeah. I don't think I can buy a French SIM card until I have a French bank account, because you have to pay for the contract every month with a French bank account. So I'm going to do that on Friday, hopefully, after the bank account has been opened. And I have somewhere different to stay tomorrow night, because we have to take a 6:30 train on Thursday morning to Grenoble. Sorry, I think there's someone coming and I'm just sort of keeping an eye out. Yeah, we have to go to Grenoble for a training day, and we have to be there at 10, and because the train takes like 2.5 hours, almost 3, we have to leave really, really early. So that's going to be fun. And I will maybe film a bit on the train, because I'll be with the other assistant. I'll just explain that that's what I'm doing and I'm not completely crazy, I promise. I have a house, I have a home. I have a room in an apartment, but it's mine and I'm not going to have to move from it, and I've unpacked all my suitcases, and it's just so nice to have a place. I think the landlady is supposed to be coming round at some point today. She lives in Marseille. I don't know why she has an apartment here, but she doesn't live in it. But I think she's coming round today, if I remember correctly from what everyone was saying, which is good because I need to ask her about post boxes and what the actual address of this building is, because I don't know. And sort of, can I blue tack photos to the wall, because if not, then it was a bit of a waste bringing all of my photos from Durham with me. But and so I've written about the whole ridiculous moving nonsense in the blog. I was sort of planning to leave this bit of filming to talk about Thursday, because Thursday was our training day in Grenoble. Took me 3 hours to get there on train. I had to get up at 6 AM and get a train, which was fun. But getting off the train in Grenoble, I heard English behind me, turn around, and it was someone that I knew from Durham, which was nice. So, and a group of other assistants that she'd met. I guess one of them's in the same place as her, and I guess she met the others on the train, I don't know. But yeah, they're all sort of about an hour away from me on the train, maybe an hour and a half as far as Fiona is. That's the girl from Durham. So I spent the day with them. So went into the training with them. It was pretty much completely useless. I would have to say I somewhat regret wasting, wait, hang on, it started at 6.5 hours of my life in there. I mean, there were a couple of things that were quite useful, but it was mainly targeted towards people who would be teaching in primary schools, and a lot of the examples that we were given were for teaching much younger students. There was a lot of stuff about kind of when they don't have a great deal of vocabulary and they don't really know how to talk, and how you can encourage them to use what little English they do know to try and develop it, because that's not really going to be the case for me. Well, I don't think so anyway, because I think I'm teaching Terminal, which is basically the last year of a sixth form equivalent, so their English should be pretty good. It's sort of at a similar level. It's probably better, to be honest, than mine was when I left sixth form, because they've been learning English for longer than I had been learning French. But yes, Thursday felt somewhat futile. I mostly regret the 42 euros that I had to pay for the train there. But after it was over, the six of us, the group of 6 English assistants, decided we would spend a couple of hours in Grenoble, and we met another 2 assistants, one of whom is actually based in the city, and sort of went for a little bit of a wander around, and then found a cafe and had something to drink and a crepe, because we're in France, and obviously whenever you go somewhere you have to have a crepe. And yeah, just sort of had a bit of a wander around. Grenoble is beautiful, and I'm really sad that it's so far away, because I would like to go back there regularly, but obviously I can't because it's 3 hours and 40 euros. I'll probably go back there once or twice, but I think I've been told that Annecy, which is closer, is effectively a smaller, apparently nicer version of Grenoble, so I'll probably just go there. And there's a lake there which apparently you can swim in, so that might be fun. So yes, the apartment is opposite an enormous Carrefour, which slightly ruins the view out of my window, but is also incredibly useful because it means I'm not going to have to lug loads of bags of shopping through town back to the house. I'm literally just going to pop over the road and go and buy a load of stuff. I mean, it's probably not the cheapest place that I could find food, but for right now, to just sort of get myself settled in the apartment, I'm just going to go to Carrefour and buy some bread and some cheese and some faintly gross UHT milk. And I will see you again soon. Bye. I'm not actually going to end it there. Also wanted to just add some answers to all the questions that I asked myself in that video. So, yes, my landlady did come. It's now Tuesday and she's still here. She's going home tomorrow. Yes, I can put my name on a post box. Yes, as I imagine you can sort of tell from behind me, I was allowed to blue tack my pictures to the wall. Well, it's not blue tack, it's like the weird French equivalent that took me about 20 minutes to find in the supermarket because it's not called blue tack and I just got really confused. France, Katie, things aren't the same. I have successfully opened a bank account, and I'm now just waiting for the card to come through. I suspect my next video, so I've just booked train tickets to go and see Flo because I only have a week and a half until we go on holiday. So I suspect that my next video will be from Chartres with Florence. Genuinely, actually this time, bye.